Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Meredith Bevan, a pharmacist with a fascination for true crime, and I'm here with my wife and co-host, Andy. Today, we're diving into the world of medications, the ones that can heal or turn deadly. So sit back, relax, listen, and learn. This is The Medicine Murders. Welcome back to episode 4 of The Medicine Murders, where we usually delve into the darker stories of crime and mystery at the intersection of medicine and murder. But today's episode's a little different, Andy.
Okay.
I know it's a little bit of a surprise for you.
Yeah.
Just like all our episodes. I don't think we've ever mentioned that.
I don't know anything going into this at all.
Yeah, you're just a listener. We've never mentioned that before.
I'm here with the rest of y'all just figuring out
We're bad
what's
at
happening.
explaining stuff.
Yeah, but it's okay.
So
I think they probably gathered that,
they understood.
honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you a story and you're reacting for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We should probably mention that next time. All right, let's do it. 3 episodes in, we're nailing it.
We're doing things, y'all.
All right, episode 4. Today's episode's a little different, Andy. Instead of exploring a murder, we're turning our attention to a story of resilience, innovation, and a fight to break barriers. You excited? You interested? What could this be about? No one knows. I do. So today, we're stepping back over a century to tell the story of Clara Winnicki, Switzerland's first female pharmacist.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Claire's life was a masterclass in determination. She shattered society's expectations, created groundbreaking treatments, and helped shape modern pharmacy in ways that still resonate today. But Claire's triumphs came at a cost. Her story is as much about systemic injustice as it is innovation. To fully understand the weight of her achievements, we need to start with not Clara, but with the history of pharmacy itself, a profession that evolved from mysticism to science and became one of the cornerstones of modern healthcare. So we're going to talk about the history of pharmacy.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the history of pharmacy?
No.
I don't really either, but I learned a lot during this. I know of the 1900s, but we're going to go far back.
Okay.
So the history of pharmacy is as ancient as human civilization. In Mesopotamia, around 2600 BCE, clay tablets detailed recipes for herbal remedies, blending science with superstition. Medicine in these early societies was spiritual, with illness seen as punishments from the gods and treatments tied to rituals and prayers. But by the time of ancient Egypt, pharmacy had become more organized. The Ebers Papyrus was written around 1550 BCE and is one of the earliest surviving medical texts. It contains over 800 remedies for everything from infections to digestive issues, showcasing the sophistication of Egyptian medical practice. Ingredients like honey, known for its antibacterial properties, and moldy bread, an accidental precursor to antibiotics, highlight the early intersection of observation and science. The Islamic Golden Age in the 9th century marked a turning point. In Baghdad, the world's first pharmacies opened, staffed by professionals who refined medicinal compounds through experimentation and documentation. Techniques like distillation and crystallization were perfected, laying the groundwork for pharmacology. By the Renaissance, pharmacy in Europe was flourishing. Apothecaries became central to community health, blending herbal knowledge with emerging chemical sciences. The 19th century brought further advancements, as pharmacy became a regulated profession taught at universities. But while the science of pharmacy evolved, it remained largely closed to women. Education, licensure, and professional practice were barriers that few women could overcome. It was into this world, one of transformation but entrenched exclusion, that Clara Winnicki was born. She would not only join the profession, but she redefined it. Are you ready for Clara's story?
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's very inspirational, but also ends pretty tragically. So I think it's very appropriate. Since we're skipping murders, I figured we do a tragic story. So let's move on to Clara Winnicki. She was born on November 10th, 1880, in Bern, Switzerland. Her father, Leopold Winnicki, was a Polish immigrant and engineer who gained Swiss citizenship. Her mother, Carolina Sulzer, was a secondary school teacher. The Winnickis valued education deeply, and Clara grew up in a household that nurtured intellectual curiosity, a rare privilege for a girl at the time. In 1894, Switzerland passed a policy allowing girls to attend gymnasium, the preparatory school for university. Clara, at just 14, seized the opportunity. Imagine the courage it took for her to walk into classrooms filled with boys who doubted her place there. But Clara excelled, graduating in 1899 as one of only 2 girls in her class.
Wow.
This was the first of many barriers she would break. After gymnasium, Clara set her sights on pharmacy, a field that required both rigorous academic study and practical training. In 1900, she enrolled at the University of Bern, becoming its first female pharmacy student. But gaining her education was only half the battle. To complete her studies, Clara needed hands-on training through internships, and many pharmacists refused to mentor women. Mm. After months of rejections, she found a pharmacist willing to take her on. Clara's perseverance paid off in 1905, when she passed Switzerland's national pharmacy examination. After months of rejections, she found a pharmacist willing to take her on. Clara's perseverance paid off in 1905, when she passed Switzerland's national pharmacy examination, becoming the first woman in the country licensed to manage a pharmacy. In 1907, she furthered her education by earning a doctorate. Her research focused on the developmental biology of medicinal plants, a field that bridged botany and pharmacology. Clara was redefining what it meant to be a pharmacist. I love botany.
Yeah, I know you do.
I love it so much.
I was going to say, I was like, that's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I say something, I just want to do, like, first the medical examiner. No, I love botany. Mm-hmm. I just kill plants, though. I love them so much, though.
You more so like them for, like her, like the use of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what can we use them for?
Yeah, oxygen.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah. But it's
I love
definitely
it.
awesome. I think it's very interesting.
If you're a botanist, you're probably the coolest person I've ever met in my entire life. I love them. I wish I knew.
You're
I don't know any.
essentially Neville from Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh, how cool. Yeah. Remember when he was, like, pulling up those crying things?
Yeah,
I think
mandrakes.
I weirdly think about that. And I'm like, what if that was... I'd be so angry. That was real. All right, moving on. Don't you want to be in Harry Potter so bad? Like,
not really.
What are you talking about? Don't you want to go to
There's a lot
Hogwarts
of scary
so
stuff.
bad?
I don't want to do that.
Remember that time, like in the last movie, where she goes, "Not my daughter, you bitch," and then she kills her?
Yeah, that was awesome. Mm-hmm.
I want to be.
I wouldn't have wanted to be in a war. I'm okay.
No, because you can say stuff like "Not my daughter, you bitch," and then kill someone. Is that a good British accent?
No.
Oh, it's really embarrassing. But I love botany.
No.
So I love it.
Botany's cool.
I should go back to school. I'm going to be a botanist that also is a medical examiner.
Honestly, you're just one of those people I think you'll be going back to school multiple times.
For the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Well, because I need to prolong my paying back my student loans as long as possible.
Yeah, that's the U.S.
If I'm always in
system
school, then I don't have to pay them back.
Exactly.
It's common sense.
Just keep doing it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I like school, so.
That's why I didn't.
I don't like paying my loans, and I like school. It's perfect. Okay. Where were we at the beginning of this? Okay.
Botany.
Yes. In 1907, Clara purchased the Apothèque Bonjour in Bienne. I think I said that right. I was practicing, but I don't know. A lot of this is French, so I'm going to try my best.
No, you got it. I believe.
This pharmacy became not just a place for dispensing medications, but a hub for innovation. Clara transformed a back room into a laboratory, where she developed her own remedies tailored to her patients' needs. So she invented 2 specific things. The first one is migrainite tablets. Migraines were a poorly understood condition in Clara's time, often dismissed as psychological. So Clara recognized the physical and neurological components of migraines and sought to provide real relief. Her migrainite tablets likely included white willow bark, a natural source of salicin, which reduces inflammation and pain, feverfew, a herb known to prevent migraines by calming blood vessels in the brain, and peppermint oil, which soothes muscle tension and provides a cooling effect. These tablets offered one of the first targeted treatments for migraines, addressing their root causes rather than simply masking the symptoms. Her second invention, I'm going to try and say this. It's pilule rosés.
Okay.
I kind of said it right.
Yeah, I think so.
Gosh, I should take French. Pilule rosés.
Good job.
Okay, I nailed it. Another one of Claire's notable creations, or pink pills, as it translates to, designed to combat anemia, a condition particularly common among women. Her formulation likely included iron salts, essential for replacing the body's iron stores, vitamin B12 and folic acid, which aid in red blood cell production, and herbal extracts such as nettle, known for its high iron content and nutrient density. These pills helped restore energy and vitality, making them a transformative treatment for patients suffering from fatigue and weakness caused by anemia.
And I'm sure it affected women because we had cycles.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know what we were doing yet.
Clara wasn't just an innovator, she was an advocate. She recognized that her accomplishments as Switzerland's first female pharmacist were just the beginning of a much larger fight. She wanted to ensure that other women could follow in her footsteps without facing the same obstacles she had overcome. Claire mentored young women who aspired to join the field, sharing her knowledge and encouraging them to persevere in a profession that had historically shut them out. She also wrote articles for scientific and public journals, arguing for the inclusion of women in pharmacy and the sciences. Her words carried weight, not only because of her groundbreaking achievements, but also because of her profound belief in equality and progress. At a time when most professional spaces were designed to exclude women, Claire's voice was a powerful force for change. She didn't just want to break barriers, she wanted to dismantle them entirely, creating a more inclusive and equitable profession for future generations. But her advocacy and innovations came at a personal cost. In 1925, Clara married August Herbrand, a German pharmacist. This marriage, while seemingly a personal milestone, brought with it devastating consequences under Swiss law. At the time, Swiss women who married foreign nationals were automatically stripped of their Swiss citizenship, becoming legal dependents of their husbands. This archaic policy wasn't just symbolic, it had tangible, far-reaching effects. Claire, once celebrated as Switzerland's first female pharmacist, now found herself without the legal recognition that had defined her career. Her identity as a Swiss pharmacist, a title she had worked tirelessly to achieve, was erased by a discriminatory legal system. Professionally, Clara faced new challenges. As a non-citizen, her ability to work in Switzerland became precarious. Personally, she grappled with the emotional toll of losing her national identity and the rights that came with it. To make matters worse, financial struggles compounded these difficulties. August Herbrand, while also a pharmacist, struggled with addiction to opiates, a common but poorly understood issue in the early 20th century. The couple's finances deteriorated rapidly, leaving them vulnerable to the economic instability of the time. By 1933, Swiss authorities, enforcing strict immigration and residency laws during the global economic depression, labeled Clara and August foreigners, and I quote, this is a quote, foreigners without means of support, end quote, and expelled them from the country. This expulsion was a profound blow. Clara, who had devoted her life to advancing pharmacy in Switzerland, was now cast out by the very nation she had served. The couple relocated to Germany, a country descending into the horrors of the Nazi regime. The move to Germany marked the beginning of Clara's final and most challenging chapter. Separated from the country where she had built her career and identity, Clara struggled with declining mental and physical health. In 1935, she was admitted to a psychiatric hospital. This is tough. This is a German city.
Oh, no.
Try my best. Göttingen? Göttingen?
Oh, no.
G-O with the dots on top. T-T-I-N-G-E-N. Göttingen? Göttingen.
Göttingen?
You have to do it with an accent?
I don't know.
Do it with an accent.
Göttingen.
You did it.
I don't know.
Göttingen.
Just
I did
say, we don't know.
We don't know. I'm leaving that all in.
Okay.
These institutions, underfunded and overcrowded, often provided minimal care for patients. And during this time, Clara got tuberculosis, which was a common and deadly disease in such environments. It went untreated for years, and on May 6, 1941, she passed away. her death largely unnoticed by the nation she had once helped to shape. Claire's groundbreaking achievements and her advocacy for women's rights in pharmacy were buried alongside her, overshadowed by the systemic injustices and the personal hardships she had endured. For decades, Claire's story was forgotten. Her contributions, her innovations, and her fight for equality faded into obscurity, lost in the tide of history. But the story has a good ending. Because history has a way of rediscovering its forgotten heroes. Decades after her death, Claire's life and work were finally recognized. In 2022, the Insel Gruppe, I might have said that wrong too. Yeah. INSEL space GRUPPE.
Insel Gruppe.
Yeah, no, you do it with an accent. It's pretty good. In 2022, the Insel Group in Bern named a building after her, honoring her as Switzerland's first female pharmacist and a trailblazer for women in science and medicine. This recognition was not just about celebrating Claire's achievements. It was about acknowledging the systemic barriers she overcame and the enduring impact of her legacy. Claire's life serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience required to break barriers and the transformative effect one determined individual can have on an entire profession. Her innovations like migraine tablets and pilule rosés, or pink pills, addressed pressing medical needs of her time and set the stage for treatments still used today. But her greatest contribution was her unwavering belief that women belonged in pharmacy, in science, and in every field where their talents could make a difference. Claire didn't just open the door, she helped lay the foundation for generations to come. And Andy, just for a reference, I'm going to give you some statistics about women in pharmacy.
Okay.
It's going to blow your mind, I think. First, we'll just talk about the pharmacy workforce altogether.
Okay.
If I asked you what percentage of women compared to men were in pharmacy, what do you think you'd say?
I guess from personal experience, I'd say at least 40%.
At least 40%.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So, actually, women make up 60 to 62% of the pharmacist workforce in the United States.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome.
Crazy, right? And what about pharmacists in charge positions compared to men? So that's me, like a manager.
Yeah. I'd say like 35%.
Okay. Women make up 54% of pharmacist in charge positions, up from 42% in 2018.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah, ladies.
And what about pharmacy school enrollment? This might shock you.
How many women?
We'll say 100 out of 100%.
Yeah.
How do
I
you think?
mean, there's only 100%, but I guess I would say at least 45%.
45%. Okay.
Yeah.
In the fall of 2022, 2/3 of all students enrolling in pharmacy school were women.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's crazy, right?
That's so cool. Okay.
And for management positions, women hold nearly 60% of all management positions in the pharmacy profession.
That's sick. Yeah.
So she became an actual pharmacist in 1905. So just, 117 years later,
Yeah.
you're talking about women in America, in the United
Dominating
States,
the field.
dominating pharmacy.
That's awesome.
It's pretty
Love
crazy.
that.
And I'm one of them, just saying, guys. Just,
We do.
I will
know
say
that
all of my technicians
Dr. Meredith.
in my pharmacy, they're going to crack up when they listen to this. But they're all women.
Yeah.
So I don't have a single... I used to have a man working for me.
Yeah.
But he since has moved to a different pharmacy. So now I don't have a single man working for me.
Yeah.
Accidentally. It's not
Yep.
that I would hire a man, but I just accidentally just happen to have only
It's
women working for
one
me.
efficient ass pharmacy.
It is very efficient. But yeah, accidentally I just have a lot of women working for me,
It's awesome.
which is fantastic. So back to Claire. She made some big moves that we're feeling today. That's for sure. And it's women like her that women like me have to thank. So Claire's innovations, while groundbreaking for her time, laid the foundations for treatments today. So usually in the talk nerdy part, I teach you about medicine, but I'm just going to teach you today because diabetes was such a heavy subject. I'm going to give your brain a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Soak it all in. You too, listeners. Just so diabetes is an insane subject. So I'm just going to talk about how her medication kind of translates to today's medicine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Migranite tablets and how we treat migraines today. So Migranite tablets share similarities with modern treatments. Salicin, the active compound in white willow bark, is a precursor to aspirin, still used to treat headaches and inflammation. Feverfew remains a popular natural remedy for migraines, and peppermint oil is a key ingredient in many over-the-counter pain relief products. Today, we also have advanced treatments like triptans, which target migraine pathways, and CGRP inhibitors, which prevent migraines altogether. So Clara's holistic approach was a precursor to the multifaceted strategies we use now. Those treatments for migraines I'm going to go over probably another episode, so I'm not going to go them pretty quickly.
You're not going to go too deep.
Too deep into them, yeah, because there's a lot of migraine medication, especially nowadays. They've been...
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. The innovation in migraine is mind-blowing. And then we have the pink pills. I'm not going to say it because it's really hard to say. Should I try?
Pilule
roses.
Pilule roses. I don't know. I didn't take French.
Pilule roses.
I'm just
Me neither.
Latin.
I took Spanish, but that didn't work out for me. I wish it did.
I wish
I know,
it
because
had
I met
for
you.
too.
I know I should have talked to my high school self and be like, you better learn
You gotta
Spanish.
pay attention, girl.
You're going to meet a Puerto Rican. You're going to have to talk to her grandma one day, and she's not going to understand you.
She makes some mean coffee.
She makes the best coffee, yes. But we have minimal conversations. She speaks much better English than I do speak Spanish.
Yeah, that's true. She does speak really good
Shout out
English.
Alex if you're listening.
She can't listen.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't. Just under this part, then.
Yeah.
All right. Pilule roses addressed iron deficiency with a formulation remarkably similar to today's treatments. Modern iron supplements often combine iron with vitamins like B12 and folic acid to maximize absorption and efficacy. Clara's work in creating a balanced, easy-to-take treatment was ahead of its time, aligning closely with today's best practices. Anemia is also very medicine-oriented,
Yeah.
so I will probably one day find a murder related to that, and we'll get into that too.
Iron overload.
Yeah, there's actually a lot, but no, I'll get into it another time. Because if I go into all the headache medicine and all the anemia medicine, it's going to be like diabetes all over again. We're going to be overwhelmed. And Clara deserves her own episode. So Clara's legacy lives on in these parallels, demonstrating how her innovations helped lay the groundwork for modern medicine. I will say, even though the talk nerdy part wasn't super intense, you know what you're not going to avoid?
Pop quiz.
Your pop quiz, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, first question. Clara's pink pills for anemia were similar to which type of modern treatment? I'll give you a multiple choice.
Okay.
A, painkillers. B, iron supplements. C, antidepressants. Or D, antihistamines.
I'm gonna go ahead and say iron supplements, Alex.
I did just cover it, so I'm glad that you didn't get that wrong. And second question. It's going to be a history one.
Okay.
And I'm not going to help you.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll help you a little bit because it was a while ago.
Okay.
Where were the first public pharmacies established? If you need a multiple choice, I can give it to you.
The first public pharmacies. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a multiple choice on that one.
A, ancient Egypt. B, Baghdad during the Islamic Golden Age. C, Renaissance Europe. Or D, ancient Greece.
I'm gonna go ahead and say B, Baghdad.
You got it.
Yeah.
I knew you just need a little bit of
Yeah.
some options to choose from.
Yeah. I'm more of an educated guesser than
Oh.
That's
Are
how
you
I
one of
took
those
my
people
tests at
who
school.
always pick C if you don't know the answer?
probably.
Like
I
you're
couldn't. I haven't taken a test in so many years.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
wild.
Could not.
I'm going to give you a test at the end of season one.
Absolutely not. Please never do that.
Yeah, once we're done season one, I'm going to have just an episode where I
It's
give
gonna
you...
show me getting a
tests.
40%.
Our last episode of season one is just going to be like just one giant pop quiz. I'm going to ask you one question from each episode. And if you don't get a 50%, I have to go over every topic again. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you'll nail diabetes.
I
You
mean,
did it.
that's easy enough, but the rest of it is not.
We've only had 3 episodes. 2 of them were diabetes. What are you complaining about?
I don't know, man.
Gout?
School's
Did
hard.
gout really get you?
The big toe, it did get me.
He did get you,
It
yeah,
did get
okay.
me.
There's only like 3 questions so far. You would do great, I think. There'll be 1 essay question.
True. But I don't want to write. That's even harder.
Okay. How am I going to do an essay? It's a podcast.
I don't know. You're going to
gonna
make me write it, and then you're going to read it out loud, and you're going to correct it as you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to do that, actually. Thank you for giving me that idea.
No.
Well, that's it. We did it, episode 4.
Yay.
I will say, I want to thank everyone who's watching us on YouTube. YouTube is taking off.
We're everywhere, y'all.
We're everywhere. YouTube,
Spotify,
X, Spotify, Apple,
Podbean, TikTok.
I'm trying to do TikTok. We have 1 video. I'm not very good at TikTok, but I'm trying really hard. If anyone...
We're figuring things out.
Yeah. I'm old, so unfortunately.
You're not old.
I'm too old for TikTok.
She's not a social media person.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Yeah,
You don't have any normal social media aside from your Instagram.
Yeah.
And even that, you don't post anything.
Ever. I just send you stuff I want. Really, all I send you are $2.1 million homes in the middle of nowhere
that will
I don't
never
want
be
move
able to afford, and I don't want to move to the middle of nowhere.
I will for some of these homes. They're beautiful.
I don't want to. I want to live somewhere with normal people.
You're
normal,
married
nice
me,
people.
so it's unfortunate. I'm not normal, but I am nice.
You're nice, though. You don't have to be super normal. You just gotta be nice.
I try my best.
And remember...
Oh, yeah, no, I have a whole ending.
Yeah,
We just haven't gotten to it yet. So let's reel it in. Reel it in. Clara Winnicki's story is one of triumph, resilience, and lasting impact. Her work in pharmacy wasn't just about creating medicines, it was about creating a future. And if you enjoyed this episode, follow us on any of the social medias we just mentioned, like TikTok or Twitter or YouTube.
Or Podbean.
Podbean, which is...
Spotify,
yep. For more stories from the fascinating intersection of medicine and science. And murder.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for listening to the Medicine Murders. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and don't forget, listeners, you don't need a prescription for murder.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.